Why would you make this?
Hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for listening. This is Why Would You Make This? Season 3, The Asylum Years, the only podcast to take the one good thing it has going and change it up, which makes you ask the question, why would you make this? I am Jimmy Time. I'm joined by my co-hosts, Brother Scala. How are you?
I just burnt my tongue.
Oh.
Ooh, that tea is a little too hot.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say, you weren't even drinking anything, but no, you are. We're also joined by J. Delta Wagwan.
Wagwan, woozle wazzle.
Nope.
No.
That is a real
What?
phrase.
No.
Wait. Now you're being mean to a whole culture.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I can't do that.
You forgot. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a Jamaican man.
I was just changing my catchphrase. I was
Oh.
trying something new.
Oh, woozle wazzle, which might be an Australian thing.
Yeah,
Who's
now-
to say?
Now I've offended a whole new group of people.
Good. Okay, so during season 3, we are taking you through the National Wrestling Alliance Total Nonstop Action weekly pay-per-view shows, now known as TNA The Asylum Years. This is episode 20, originally broadcasted on November 6th, 2002, live from Nashville, Tennessee, at the Fairgrounds Coliseum, now known as the Indiana Farmers Coliseum, allegedly drawing 800 people in live attendance.
A little more believable.
Yeah,
Oh, that's more believable? Okay.
I can kind of buy that.
There was a lot of people there. I saw.
All right. As per usual, episode 19 left us confused about the direction of the company and the motives of the characters, so let's try to explain why we are the way we are with our crazy past.
Yeah, good luck.
Wait a minute. What happened that got you so crazy?
All right, first is the women's division, originally inspired and then re-inspired by Ron the Truth Killings, member of the possibly defunct tag team, the Rainbow Express, and Miss TNA, Bruce, had a standing open challenge for the crown of Miss TNA, but it has been 7 weeks since he fought a woman for the crown,
Yeah,
so I
it's-
don't know if that's a thing anymore.
I wonder if we'll ever see the Rainbow Express again.
Probably not.
Why else would I bring it up? Because we're never going to see it, right? Next is the tag division. 7 weeks later, Wildcat Chris Harris and Cowboy James Storm are now known as America's Most Wanted, AMW, and they are both still undefeated and the NWA World Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, apparently. They just like a soft debut of a name. Just
Yeah.
like, yeah, this is their name now.
Why not?
Not
Well,
even that much.
They didn't even announce him as that last
Yeah.
time. They just had the trunks.
So that, of course, brings us to that many people have a personal vendetta against Cowboy James Storm and Wildcat Chris Harrison. While we do not know why, it's pretty clear that the real issue with this tag team, both in and out, is that James Storm does not have a cowboy gimmick. He is a real cowboy, recently emphasized by him getting louder and stronger sounding guns for his entrance. Next, while it's not very clear what the B or G stand for, BG James has come to TNA to help his family and his friends.
I'm so tired of him.
Yeah, I know. And then finally, in the tag division, week after week, the Harris brothers, Ron and Don, can't seem to agree.
Oh, yeah, they're still there, aren't they?
Yep.
God.
Next is the X division. 2 weeks later, AJ Styles is still your X division champion.
2-time.
That's right, 2-time, yes. And of course, that brings us to Glory Hog, disrespectful pervert, or simple disagreement after 19 weeks. It was both clear and not clear what was going on between AJ Styles and Jerry Lynn, but now it seems as if Jerry Lynn has all those problems with Sonny Siaki instead of AJ Styles, even though both of those feuds had their grudge matches. The fight for both of those feuds seems to continue.
Simultaneously. Oh, Jesus.
And then I keep talking about this, but I'm gonna get it. I'm going to get rid of it this week. Hopefully, my mouth works before this finishes. Mortimer Plumtree's family said that Mortimer has to use his time and his money in better ways, so he has found 2 new X Division clients in Ace Steel and AJ Styles. That was the 17th show. We haven't even heard a promo. Nothing. It's a dead storyline. I'm cutting it.
He stands next to them.
Barely.
He's out there.
Yeah, sometimes. Next is the World Division. Your NWA Heavyweight Champion Ron the Truth Killings is fighting against clear racial discrimination in the NWA TNA, and no one, including the audience, as well as other people of a minority race, seem to care. Also, he's begun rapping again.
Some people cheer it, actually.
Some people like the racism,
We like
surprisingly.
racism.
Yeah.
We like the racism.
Yep.
You wouldn't think they'd be that overt with it, but
No, apparently, when they feel comfortable.
yeah.
It's just like, woo! Next, the as of yet unidentified Mr. Wrestling 3 has been harassing Ron the Truth Killings during his matches for the past 5 weeks, but now maybe Mr. Wrestling 3 is working with Ron the Truth Killings, or, as unlikely as it is, maybe Mr. Wrestling 3 is Jeff Jarrett. Probably not. Next, Grandmaster Jerry's Kid, not Jerry's Kid, the puppet, the human yo-yo, the human hot dog, lonely, the unhinged, the unfocused Brian Lawler.
Lonely, I love that one.
Is heavily focused on getting revenge on anyone for anything. Currently, Brian is getting revenge on Six Pac for big, heavy, allegedly here, drugging and raping his girlfriend April, who is clearly both terrified of and getting off on making Brian jealous. And then finally, Jeff Jarrett will not be screwed over again, like he already has been by Jackie Fargo, B.G. James, Kurt Hennig, NWA President Jim Miller, Brian Lawler twice, country music singer Toby Keith twice, NWA Authority figure Ricky the Dragon Steamboat twice, Scott Hall twice, NWA Authority figure Bullet Bob Armstrong 3 times, NWA Vice President Bill Behrens 3 times, James Mitchell and the New Church, and the Tennessee Titans.
I need more hands.
20 screw-ins.
20th episode.
Hands and toes.
A lot of repeat offenders.
Yeah. Also, maybe, allegedly, supposedly. I don't know.
Allegedly.
He has also attempted to kill Jackie Fargo, Jim Miller, Todd Stone, Bullet Bob Armstrong, B.G. James, Kurt Hennig, Bill Behrens twice, Scott Hall twice, and the entire NWA TNA security team several times.
Find any video evidence. Allegedly. Never happened.
And yet,
Oh, God, that's
you
right.
always forget to mention how Jeff Jarrett heroically threw himself atop a live gunman and saved an entire arena full of people. Yeah, this guy
I
forgets.
feel brainwashed by you.
Yeah.
He is a hero
No.
still.
Yeah.
That's not even how it happened.
Yeah, fake news Jimmy Time over here only likes to tell his narrative.
All right, well, since we're talking about the news, I want to do the responsible thing and point out some corrections that need to be made. Quick corrections. I believe that I failed to mention on the 17th show that was the last time that we see Hermie Sadler wrestle in a TNA ring.
Oh, wow.
He was like their best celebrity guest, though. He was all right.
How dare you disparage Chris Rock?
What did he do?
Nothing, and it was great.
I'm here, and you people sure are too.
They
Goodbye.
went nuts over that.
That's what I mean.
Know your limits.
Yeah, that's what you do. Boom, you're here, say your words, goodbye.
He was good at that waving.
Yeah.
He did a lot of that waving.
The only thing I want to say is that I have said that we'll never see Monty Brown again, and technically that's not true. He does come back way at the end for like one episode before we're done. Like, you don't really get to see him again. I know.
That's a shame.
Okay, so last week, they said that we were going to see a table elimination match between Kid Cash, Tony Mama Luke, Ace Steel, the SATs for a shot at the X title. Jorge Estrada versus Bruce, and if Estrada wins, Priscilla becomes Miss TNA. AJ Styles versus Jerry Lynn for the X title. Kurt Hennig versus Jeff Jarrett in a grudge match. And BG James versus Sonny Siaki in a first round qualifier. And then we guessed that we were going to see, Brother Schuyler said, he wanted to see Norman Smiley.
Oh, I need more Norman Smiley.
And the return of Malice. Delta said he wanted to see the New Church in some form.
Woo.
And then I said I wanted to see a Miss TNA crown change, and fire that isn't a pyro, even if it's just a lighter.
I don't know if we got
I'm
that.
a simple man with simple requests. Just show TNA holding a lit lighter on camera for 8 minutes.
Anybody?
A little candle,
Yeah.
So yeah, anything's fine.
a light on fire up in the,
Yeah.
in the stands.
Something.
Here's 8 minutes of Mike Tenay pitching and demonstrating prayer candles.
All right, next is the dark matches. Dark matches. We have Aussie. I looked it up. There's a lot of people named Aussie, but none of them were just named Aussie. They were all named Aussie something.
So who's that?
There was somebody named Ozzy, which was one of the nicknames of Ashley Hudson, Rod Harris's former Australian partner, who his nickname was Ozzy, but he's Australian, so maybe people misconstrued it as Aussie.
Aussie,
I'm
okay.
just doing detective work here.
Okay.
I believe
Might
it.
have been him. Closest I could get. He beat Jamie Noble.
John
no,
Noble?
John Noble. Sorry.
Wait.
Oh, that guy needs a new name already. Wow.
Oh, it's like in a dark match, they're wasting talent.
All right, next we have Chris Hamrick,
Who's that?
a.k.a. Crimson Dragon.
Who's that?
I think we're going to see him later.
Okay.
And he beat Chi Cruz.
Ooh, I don't feel comfortable hearing that name.
A Chi Cruz, because apparently there's two of them.
What? There's more than
Okay.
one?
Yeah.
How does that happen?
I don't know.
I heard at some Disney company, I won't say which,
Sure.
they're having a problem paying an employee named Anthony Hernandez because there's way too many Anthony Hernandezes already in the system.
Nice.
Hmm.
Wow. Wow.
How does that happen? We don't know how to differentiate between you all. I'm sorry.
Yikes. Definitely can't say it that way.
Disney can.
Well, a Disney related company
Yeah.
Allegedly.
that
That
you
you can't-
allegedly,
Name.
Could be Steve Disney, not necessarily Walt Disney.
It's me, the Steve Disney Company. It's my full name.
We make masonry.
All right. I also wanted to just, before we start, I wanted to remind everybody that this is the 20th pay-per-view show. However, it is in fact the 19th wrestling show that they have given us. So it may not be as big of a one as you think it should be, because maybe they're not in the mindset. Maybe they are. I don't know. What do I know?
So the missing one was the 9/11 clip show.
Right. Yeah, that was 12.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry for the clip show.
All right, let's start the show. We get a cold open on this show. And today voiceover is a video package for the NWA 54th anniversary show that happened over the week. Jorge Estrada won the North American Championship.
Oh, that's a thing.
Yeah, apparently.
I had no idea.
Yeah. The Truth defended against Hot Stuff Hernandez. And then the tag champs AMW and the X Division champ AJ Styles also appeared on the show. I thought it was funny that they both opened and closed the video package with the same guy's tattoo of the NWA logo.
This is the only Rube we've ever found who's gotten
Yeah,
one.
we're going to milk him dry. So the show opens, and Mike Tenay welcomes us to the show as we scan the crowd and their signs. Of course, the only sign that I see that I like the entire night is one that says, "People who bring signs have no self-esteem."
Yep. I saw that one.
Great.
And of course, you know, I only saw like 4 different signs for Athena. Like, what are
Yeah.
you guys doing? Let's do it already. Come
Stop
on.
wasting her.
What was the one they were like underneath her legs? It was like, we live under Athena or something. And it was like an upskirt shot. It was
I
a
think
weird
that might have been
one.
like a TNA, where the A was her legs or something.
I
don't
saw
know.
one that was like Jeff Jarrett's the best, and I was like, that's got to be a plant. But it was like in very thin Sharpie handwriting, and then it had like printed out pictures of him from like the computer, and I was like, there's no way they made that.
Mm.
That's definitely man-made.
I mean, it's kind of wild to think, like, obviously we're broadcasting from the year of our Lord 2022, but pro wrestling fans were just actively encouraged to be sex pests back in this era of
I
wrestling.
mean, yeah, but what gives you that indication?
Just come on. I mean, look at these people. There's signs implying upskirt angles of a woman who we haven't even seen on TV.
Yeah, who is this woman?
Not that it excuses it, but she's not even reaping the benefits of celebrity status.
Yeah.
Yo.
And she's being harassed like a celebrity.
Yeah, for real. She's not even appearing on TV, and people just showing up at a random event saying, I want to see up this woman's skirt.
Oh my God. That's awful. That just remember, actually, it was the same era, that 2000 era. Remember, like, the 2000 era when, like, there were, like, girls that were just famous on the internet, nothing else, literally just, like, posting on 4chan, and they were just harassed all the time, just because they posted on 4chan. And they were famous for that. Because they posted on 4chan, and people were like, yeah, but what's her home phone number? I want to call her father and be like, what it tastes like when she came out, or like something really fucked up. Yeah, like this is some of the worst stuff.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Why would he? Wait.
Yeah, we didn't even start the show yet. I'm sorry.
What? I don't know how to process what just happened.
I'm sorry. I figured that you, like me, all of you had been on 4chan multiple times and have been completely immune to any of that stuff. You're just like, oh yeah, you didn't know human beings were absolute pure grade trash garbage, throw them out and burn it. Like,
What did it taste like?
yeah,
No.
not even proper English, just what it tastes like. Clink. Hang up real quick. Yo.
I mean, obviously they'll include like a picture of a sad frog or something with it too.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just the question. They're not
Like,
savages.
yeah, like, well, it was before that, so it'd be like
Oh,
like a strangely hyper detailed stick figure. Where he's like, it's a stick figure, but it's got like extra wrinkles, and like folds on his face, so you can see how sad and like. All right, so Don West runs down the card. Jared versus Hennig in a return grudge match. What the hell is a return grudge match?
Wait, the return of the grudge?
No.
Or they're returning and they have a grudge?
All return grudge match.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, I guess it's because Hennig is coming back, but he was here last show. So by that logic, every grudge match is a return grudge match. You guys showed back up. You returned. We're having a grudge match.
That reminds me, I saw a post on the internet where someone was making fun of like a loser leaves town match. How like back in the day, it was a BS move because like, yeah, of course loser leaves town, then winner leaves town, and both those guys go to a new town and play that same match again.
Yeah, nobody stays.
Yeah. Like, we don't live here. Of course we leave. Like, so we're also going to see Brian Lawler versus Six Pac possibly for April. They don't mention it, but they did talk about it like last week or something like that. So I don't really know. Like,
What does Don West call it? A porn love triangle?
a torrid love triangle.
A torrid. I swear he said porn every time.
No, torrid.
Jesus. I was like, you can't just say that, Don West.
No. But torrid does actually mean, I wrote it down here because I was like, that still doesn't sound right. It's a love affair that is either full of passion and highly charged emotion, arousing from sexual love, or hot and dry, which it's neither of those things. Like, this is like a weird, like objectification thing. Like, they're all like manipulated. Like, there's no sexual love here between any of them. It's all about like emotional control.
Yeah, what does April want? Can anyone ask her?
Emotional
Jeez.
control. She wants to
she
manipulate.
does too, actually.
But
yeah.
also get manipulated.
Yeah. She likes to be scared sometimes. But only a little bit. All right, then finally he says we're also going to see Styles versus Lynn because they're going to reignite their rivalry in the next title match.
What a big
man.
groan that
I
came
know.
out of me when they said
I
that.
know.
I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
know.
Stop it.
How many times?
And somehow this match is not a return grudge match.
Seriously, what?
I don't.
How do you have a match called that, but you also have this on the card? What is this, like 7 or 8 times they fought?
It's very confusing. All right, let's go ahead and do it. Segment 1. We get a video recap for the last 2 weeks, except you can't hear it because they won't shut off the transition music.
Yep.
Jorge and Priscilla had problems with Mortimer Plumtree and Hayes Steel. Mortimer hires Bruce to handle Priscilla, and now this match is happening. Backstage, Goldilocks is with the Rainbow Express, the team, the Rainbow Express.
They're back.
Bruce asks Goldie's cameraman to pan down and show off his shoes. They are kind of nice.
I like them.
Then Goldie asks if she can borrow them, and Bruce says no, so Goldie calls Bruce a bitch.
What?
Goldie.
I don't like any of this so far.
yeah.
It's so bad.
Anyway, Goldie asks where Lenny was all this time, and Bruce says that Lenny was jealous, but they made up, and now Lenny is the Miss TNA runner-up. If Bruce can't perform his duties, Lenny will take over. You guys want to talk about this any other way?
Didn't ask.
No,
Yeah.
didn't ask. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yo, Bruce is like an effeminate Will Shatner. We had a fight, and we made up, but now he has duties that will move on to carrying my crown around.
That's
if
actually
he-
very accurate.
Yeah.
That's an accurate description.
yeah.
I feel like Lenny just doesn't want to be there.
Yo, what else did Lenny do? Ever?
He
This,
did the
but with
thing
a
in-
different guy.
Yeah, he did this something in WCW.
It
right?
was this, but it was Lenny and Lodi.
Oh,
It was with a
okay.
different guy. And honestly, that's kind of part of it, too. Like, imagine if you had to go to a new company, and then they were like, yeah, that gimmick you were doing, same gimmick, different guy, though. You can't work with your tag partner. You'd be like, oh, I don't want to. This is like double sad.
Yeah.
I got to go to a new new territory. I don't get a new character. I don't get to try anything new. I got to do the same stupid thing I didn't like doing before, or at least I was doing it with my friends, so it was funny.
And now, like, the other guy's the one who's already over, and I'm the guy
Yeah.
just standing back here with a lollipop.
Oh, yeah.
Or a banana.
Yeah. And then this promo, I don't know if it's because Bruce is so terrible, but this promo made me realize that maybe Goldie isn't that terrible. Maybe she's trying to give the wrestlers something to work off of, but most of the wrestlers are so bad and can't improv that they can't work off of her, so it just looks awkward.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll try the pro Goldie readings
I'm
for a
just
bit.
saying,
Yeah.
maybe.
We'll
Because
give her the
she's
benefit of-
trying. Well, that's all I'm saying. Give her the benefit of the doubt, right?
I'm starting to really get annoyed with Tenay and his just on the nose explanations of, oh, can you see like the similarities between this and the Miss USA tournament or whatever the pageants? And I was like, yeah, you don't have to spell it all out for us like that today. Yikes. It's so bad.
I feel like this episode, his commentary was getting progressively worse
Yep.
as the show went
Yep.
on too.
All right, let's start the match. Jorge Estrada and Priscilla versus Bruce with Lenny. If Jorge wins, Priscilla is the new Miss TNA. Enter Bruce
Push.
and Lenny.
Push.
Yeah. Lenny is peeling and eating a banana. Don West mentions the sad but true history. We haven't seen this tag team since the 4th pay-per-view show. 16 shows since they've been an on-camera team in any form.
Damn.
Poor Lenny.
And then Estrada comes out and what the hell? Where's his NWA North American title?
Same thing. I'm like, what the hell? You made a whole big deal about it.
Why acknowledge it?
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
So the match starts with Bruce calling for a hug from Lenny. Men boo and women cheer as Bruce grabs Lenny's butt during the hug.
Boo. Don't be happy in front of us.
Dude,
I reject your lifestyle choices.
it's not a choice. Like, I mean, well, it is a choice because my choice is to either be myself or be miserable. Like all of us. Like all of us everywhere. So, yeah, but the problem I have with this is exactly that. I mean, look, I can't technically say that these guys aren't gay. I don't know that. But it is very clear to me that they don't like each other at all. Like, they borderline hate each other.
Yeah.
I think it's mostly coming from Lenny. He just doesn't care. He does not want to be there.
His stupid gimmick with his stupid rube. I don't even know.
Yeah, I think it's got to be Lenny more than Bruce, because Lenny he's like wearing like giant pants, like I mean, forgive me for stereotyping, but he wears straight guy pants, like big baggy long, like you can't see any part of him. There's no accentuation of any of his muscles.
This man has no concept of style.
Nothing. Acid wash jeans.
Did he say one word? Since
I don't think so.
yeah,
I don't think he has, no. All right, so after they get started, Bruce goes for a sunset flip, and Jorge does the Elvis pose after being pulled over. Yo, I couldn't believe there was anything left Elvis related to do for this guy.
he's still got the sideburns and hair. Wait, did Elvis have an afro?
Oh.
Oh, never mind.
Kinda. So Don West says...
I know.
Don West
Don
says...
West.
I may disagree with their sexual preferences, but don't get it confused. They can wrestle.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, well, don't get it confused.
Yeah, don't get it. Yeah. Let's not.
Just
Just because I said I like their wrestling does not imply in any way that I don't know, want to tickle them in a silly way. I don't know. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. I don't agree with that.
Oh, no. Lenny puts Bruce's legs on the ropes during a pin, and then Priscilla gets on the apron to argue with the ref, and while that happens, a stopped powerbomb leaves Jorge on Bruce's shoulder, and Lenny drop kicks Jorge off.
I don't know if I've ever seen an interference like this where the person on the outside just straight up is like, I'm going to do a top rope move while the ref is distracted.
I know. So Bruce hits his face on a turnbuckle, and then Lenny jumps to the apron to check on him. And when Jorge goes for the back roll pin, Lenny runs in to break it up. But Jorge catches Lenny and then follows through with a Northern Lights pin and pins both men, only a 2.
That was a huge pop by the crowd.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Great.
sure that's like very common now, but that was probably like the first time people have really seen
Dude, that was
something like
fantastic, yeah.
Dude, I'm convinced Estrada is like the best wrestler on the TNA roster right now.
Might be. Bruce goes for an over-the-top rope to the outside sunset flip powerbomb, but Jorge reverses it into a Hurricane Rana. Commentary can't seem to agree. Either Bruce is taking Estrada too lightly, or Bruce is giving it his all and can't get it done.
They're not very good at analyzing.
No.
Those are the two options.
The crowd chants Tinkerbell as Jorge hits a corner springboard bulldog for the double down. And then the crowd changes their chants to Bruce. I don't know what's going on. Like,
And the second that happened, Don West was like, you know what? I kind of like the Rainbow Express. I miss them. And I was like, what is this happening right before our eyes?
Wait a minute. They're people just like us. I can suddenly sympathize and empathize.
Boo! Tinkerbell! Boo! Oh, yay! Tinkerbell! Yeah! Like, what the hell, guys?
I like it.
So the end spot, it's such a long, like it's like 3 spots, but it's just so big. Bruce hits his finisher, the tilt-a-whirl reverse wheelbarrow, aka the modified old lady surprise. Hell yeah. Bruce pins Jorge in an unorthodox way, but then switches to a regular pin when he remembers the spot.
What was that about? Nah, I don't like him like that.
I
I'm
remember
scared
the
of him.
spot. I gotta do this thing. Priscilla crawls into the ring and kisses Bruce on the lips.
Sexual assault.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jesus
How is
Christ.
that not a disqualification?
The ref, did you guys see the ref? He was horrified. He put his hands over his mouth like, oh!
My God.
Lenny is upset by this and goes after Priscilla, possibly after Bruce's request, because they talk to each other for a second. Lenny and Bruce get their hands on Priscilla, but Jorge hits a plancha to stop them. And then when they get up, Bruce pushes Lenny away in anger and goes after Priscilla again. But he slips on a banana peel.
So stupid.
Yep.
I can't believe they did this. And he was dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
Bruce
A bump
is
on the
dead.
outside from a banana peel.
Knocked out.
He
Wasn't-
slipped on the banana peel and then fell and hit his C3, fractured
boy.
it on the banana peel.
Yeah.
There we go.
It was just so much force and friction and just speed on the banana peel that it carbonized. And then he landed on it. It was like charcoal, just right on the vertebrae.
Ooh,
Pow,
ugh.
out. So Lenny tries to get Bruce back up while also encouraging the ref to count faster. Bruce can't answer the 10 count and loses. Your winner, Jorge Estrada. Post-match, Jorge and Priscilla celebrate and put on the sash and crown, but Lenny removes it, and JB announces that the titles do not change hands on a disqualification that was not intentional. So Bruce didn't get DQ'd intentionally, so Miss TNA is still Bruce. Lenny smiles as if this was all part of the plan.
Yeah, isn't that a serious judgment call at that point now?
Well, we didn't get to that point. This is the loophole, and then we analyze that and go, okay, now we need a loophole or a new rule for the loophole. That's how it works, dude.
Just keep putting your finger in the dam.
Yeah, that's what I call it too. So match length, 8 minutes and 49 seconds. Promo length, 1 minute and 10 seconds. Your full segment length was 15 minutes and 36 seconds. I got so many thoughts about this match. So many thoughts and feelings.
It went way too long.
15 minutes for your opener, yeah?
Way too long.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
we went way
not
too long. But...
Not too long for an opener, too long for that match.
For that match.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That shouldn't have been the opener then. If they wanted the opener to go 15.
No, I know.
It just makes me bummed to see Bruce with this gimmick because, like, this guy could be a solid worker.
Oh, I know. It's so crazy how, like, both him and Estrada are, like, they're right there.
Bruce
They're
is also really
Yeah.
good.
They're
Yeah.
right there.
They're,
Like, if Estrada had, like, a consistent moveset that I could follow, maybe it'd be great. Because every week it's like, this is the taking care of Elvis, and this is the Elvis peanut butter sandwich, and this is the blue suede golf cart. And everyone's like, I don't know what that move is, bro. Every week you change it. I can't keep track of this stuff.
if someone would just tell Jorge, bro, just hit your move, take a breath.
Yes.
Hit your move, take a
yeah.
breath.
Not
Oh.
of weed. Don't just clean air so you can think.
That's Jimmy Wang Yang.
I don't know.
Oh,
man.
shit. Yeah, that's true. Wrong Elvis. Sorry, wrong Elvis. But also, I don't know.
What does
maybe,
Elvis take? Ludes? Is that still a
Ludes,
thing?
Yeah, Quaaludes?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I can't believe they got me. I can't believe I forgot about the rules. In a company where the ref shakes his head at low blows and chair shots and hangings,
Yeah.
the title can't change hands when a man slips on a banana peel.
The unsanctioned women's Miss TNA crown can't change hands
It's nonsense, the whole
on
thing.
a count out caused by a banana peel.
It's total nonsense.
It's in the rules.
I love it.
There's no rules that a gorilla can't referee a baseball match.
Oh, that's and then there's all these banana peels around, and the guy's coming around home to third to home, and whoop, he slips, and oh well, he's out. No rules says a gorilla can't throw his banana peels wherever he wants.
Damn it.
Peanuts, Cracker Jacks, banana peels, it's all part of the game. All right, segment 2. Backstage, Goldilocks is with Sonny Siaki. Sonny Siaki is blowing in her ear again. Goldie points out that last week he got one step closer to the NWA heavyweight title. Sonny Siaki says Sonny Siaki is sexy and the reason the ladies watch the show. Sonny Siaki is the best in the business. Watch out, Goofy. Out with the old, in with the new. Goldie, you bid in the silent auction to be my valet, but management wouldn't allow it because you're already an employee. So after I beat BG James, yeah, you could touch my dick.
Where did that line come from out of nowhere?
I know.
Whoa.
I'll let you feel my love. That's not an Elvis song, even though he's not part of that group. Like I don't know what that is.
He was doing like an okayish promo, and then he was like, now to turn my attention to Goldie.
Yeah.
And now for the blatant harassment.
Yo.
Just went off script, creating his own storylines. I know you voted on me on that auction that nobody was ever talking about.
Yeah.
What?
So after the promo, they give us a tournament bracket, which is weird. First, they give us last week's tournament.
Yeah.
Then they give us an updated tournament. for this week, and I can't help but notice that the second screen is just a screenshot because the background footage isn't moving.
Mm.
It's solid.
Jeez. They almost had it. I've been waiting for this bracket, but they just put names next to each other. There weren't even lines connecting them.
know. You could figure it out, right? Come
Yeah,
on.
but I want to see it.
How are we doing a second round match before the first round's done?
Oh my god, that's right.
Whoops.
Ugh.
It's on the same show, too. We could have finished the first round.
Oh,
We
jeez.
could have completed the first round,
Yep.
but instead we're going to kickstart the second round, and then we'll go back to the first round so we can go back to the second round next week.
Cool.
Neat.
Scheduling.
So Sonny Siaki versus BG James in a semifinal match, quarterfinal match. I forget, whatever it is. BG James comes out and says, "Sonny Siaki, you're as sexy as my left butt cheek with the right one doing makeup."
What? I don't understand that
Was
at all.
he ever good on the mic?
Because he said before in the promo that Sonny Siaki is sexy. Sonny Siaki said Sonny Siaki's sexy.
Yeah.
So now you're as ugly as my own butt.
But with his other butt cheek doing his make, what was that line?
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, he had one good shtick and then just repeated it for
yeah,
years.
right? It was just saying
The
the same,
one thing.
The one thing.
Yeah.
Stick with that.
Jesus.
Tonight we're gonna do the BG shuffle, and the G stands for Get It Got It Good. Like you
Yo,
guys.
he threw that line in. It felt like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I looked around for a second. I was like, wait, what is that? He's talking about shuffling and rhyming, and then all of a sudden he threw in the, and the G stands for, oh, okay.
Possibly the worst promo I've ever seen of his.
Yeah,
It was
so
bad.
bad.
All right, so the match starts with Sonny Siaki attacking from behind as Tenay and West remind us that both of these men did not win their match cleanly. BG had his dad change the refs mid-match, and Sonny Siaki used the ropes to secure the pin. So BG takes over and hits his shake, rattle, but not the roll as Siaki takes back over and focuses on the leg. The whole match is Siaki working the leg, except when he does one of his signature moves, which works the neck.
Perfect.
BG takes over for a little bit and throws Siaki outside of the ring, into the announce table, into the ring apron. You know, like a good guy. Back in the ring, Jerry Lynn comes out to ringside, and Siaki sees Jerry Lynn and gets distracted. BG hits the shaky leg knee drop, shortly followed by the pump handle slam for the 3.
And he pumped it for a while, too.
Yep.
Did he always do that?
The pump handle?
The thrusting.
Yeah.
Every time. I don't get it. I don't know why it's allowed.
They just never brought attention to it back in the WWF or whatever, so that's why it was okay, I guess. Winner and advancing in the tournament, BG James. Siaki interview 1 minute and 33 seconds. BG promo 1 minute. Full match length 7 minutes and 11 seconds, with your full segment length being 12 minutes and 13 seconds. Thoughts?
Too long.
Yeah.
It was such a nothing match.
Yeah. Siaki is...
Yeah, he looks more and more like the Rock each week too, which is
yeah.
not good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Is this
wasn't
the
at
first
it.
time he's billed from Samoa?
I was going to say the same thing, actually.
Yeah, really.
The
Me
Isle
too,
of Samoa. I feel like it was the first time
That
they said
wasn't-
that. They're like, well, maybe that'll help put him over. I don't know.
Post-segment girls dance in cages as Mike Tenay reminds us that Six Pac was supposed to fight Lawler last week, but it was delayed because of Six dislocated Bronco. But Six Pac feels great this week.
I swear there was one point, I can't remember where, when the dances were happening. And it seemed like Don West was like looking down, reading the promo he had to read.
Yeah.
And then looked up and saw he was the dancer. So it was like, oh! You could just hear him audibly react to the women, I feel.
Okay, segment 3, we get a music video recap of the new church from last week.
What was this music?
The carnage they caused, and the proclamation by James Mitchell. Backstage, Goldie is with the AMW. Chris Harris screams his promo, saying that they're not going to take any more shit.
You got to say it this week.
What the hell is the new church anyway? I'm evil too, and I'm going to run evil all over your burning carcass.
Oh, there you go.
That's kind of the fire,
You wanted
right?
some
Yeah,
fire.
that's sort of fire. Storm says that nature says cold is a sign of death, And James Mitchell, it's going to take more than a nearly broken leg to kill him. He's the baddest son of a bitch on earth. Hell is coming. Sorry about your damn luck.
Well, he was gonna say he's the baddest buckaroo.
No.
And then he changed it. He's
Son
not
of
a cowboy
a
anymore.
Bitch. Yeah.
I feel like you should have emphasized that more, really. You should at least... He said, buck... You should have said buckaroo. Because I was like, what is he saying? He's just like,
Yeah.
stop.
I guess
I
so.
didn't-
Okay.
I didn't get it too much.
I didn't catch that.
All right.
Buckaroo.
Okay, Slash and Brian Lee from the New Church versus America's Most Wanted, presumably for the titles.
Yeah,
I
I think they
I
said
never
it was
looked
for
that
the
up.
titles.
Yeah,
I
They
forgot.
said
To,
it.
yeah. James Mitchell comes out and says Storm and Harris scream and bleed like women. Also, they're inbred.
Oh.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
I'm a god to the New Church, and tonight the AMW pay for their ignorance with blood.
This comes down name calling.
Yep. The match starts with the AMW running to the ring and fighting the New Church on the outside.
How many people have a normal entrance where they just walk out and pose? Everyone ran out.
Everyone runs, yeah. No time.
Run out, brawl
like-
on the outside.
It's like every video game that gave you the option to interrupt the entrance. Yes, of course, right now. Go, go,
Yeah,
go.
why would I?
Yeah. Storm uses a chair on Slash and then helps Harris take care of Brian Lee. In the ring, Slash is bleeding everywhere.
Yo, this guy is open early.
Yep. The AMW hit a reverse wheelbarrow leg drop double team and then go after Brian Lee instead of the pin. The ref is dealing with Brian Lee throwing Harris into the guardrail, and he misses James Mitchell using a spike on James Storm.
For
Now-
like, what, 2-3 minutes? He
Yeah,
was over
yeah.
Stabbing him, yeah.
there? He should have been
Stabbing
dead.
him, yeah.
Just in the head. La,
Yeah.
la, la,
So now
la.
Storm's bleeding, obviously. In the ring, the New Church has control as they hit a sidewalk slam, diving punch, double team. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
I saw one a couple days ago. I think it was like Bunkhouse Bunk and like somebody, like a couple of old guys, where it was like one guy did like a sidewalk slam and like all the way to the mat, and the other guy bounced off the rope and just stomped the guy clean in the forehead.
Wow.
Now that's a double team.
Yep.
move.
Slash misses a top rope senton for a double down, and Brian Lee runs in to knock Storm down, but he ends up pushing Storm into the hot tag. Harris, on a house of fire, hits a catatonic on Brian Lee, but Mitchell distracts the ref. Slash hits a big wind-up chair shot on Harris, and then Lee pins Harris, but it's only a 2! Harris is bleeding everywhere now. Harris reverses a double team clothesline for one of his own, and then gets the second hot tag to Storm. The AMW is in full control when James Mitchell hands Brian Lee a spike, and then after a small distraction, Brian Lee uses it, and the ref calls for the bell because he sees it. Winners by disqualification, and still undefeated, and still NWA Tag Team Champions, America's Most Wanted. Post-match, Mitchell tells the boys to go after the ref, but he escapes. Security and Bob Armstrong enter the ring, and the New Church leave way before they're even asked to. Video recap, 1:47. AMW promo, 2 minutes and 5 seconds. James Mitchell promo, 43 seconds. Match length, 7 minutes and 46 seconds. Your post-match segment was 2 minutes and 7 seconds, which your full segment length was 15 minutes and 38 seconds. This show was a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not expecting
Oh my
that at all.
god.
No blood of the all dad.
No. Blood of the human.
Yeah.
Blood of Slash.
Yeah. You guys got thoughts on this at all, or?
I feel like they don't need to just be screaming and running and punching just to get over. I feel
The
like they're
AMW?
still way too green to try to figure it out. Yeah, and they don't have any direction. I don't know who's helping them, but I don't think they actually are.
Yeah, they're definitely still really sloppy. I mean, this match was okay. They really got me. I bought the chair shot
To
falsy.
Harris. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one.
That was good.
I like that Slash changed his clothes to look less like a nameless henchman from like a 90s Batman film.
Yeah.
And more to look actually like someone who had been slashed so
Mm,
aggressively that it is now his personality.
mm.
All right, post segment for the live pay-per-view only version, Brother Skylar.
Oh, what was
This is what you got here. I don't know if you remember this. Tenay and West show that they completely blocked out James Mitchell's promo as they talk about how it seemed like the tag team titles were secondary over the goal of making Storm and Harris bleed.
Oh,
Despite James Mitchell literally saying, tonight you're going to bleed. We don't care. But like,
that was clearly their goal.
I don't know. It was just commentary is totally checked out. Like this whole show, they're gone.
Yeah, I noticed that even during the first match when they were like, and this is apparently for the Miss TNA crown? How could that be? I don't.
That's not an officially sanctioned. What is that? That's
if he wins, does he get it? No, he doesn't get it. Okay, he doesn't get it. All right.
They
She'll
already
get it.
explained this last week. You guys should get this already. All right, segment 4. Brian Lawler versus Six Pac.
So, round 1 in the tournament that we just had the round 2 for, right?
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, we're time traveling now. Yeah,
Oh, all right.
as if this segment wasn't complicated enough, and now also contains time travel. So during his entrance, Brian Lawler slowly walks around the ring towards the entrance table, messing with fans, including that same one black woman fan.
Every time.
She's my favorite.
I think it's Brian's favorite too. Brian shines up a chair for April and has her sit in it and then aggressively pecks her face.
Like a chicken? What did you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
And then, with the speed of lightning, off camera, Brian Lawler runs from commentary table to the entrance ramp and hides underneath it, and then attacks Six Pac from behind when he enters down the ramp.
He's a magician.
I couldn't believe it. Like, I was like, no, there's got to be a cut somewhere. Like, where was
Trapdoor.
this? No.
That's the powers of the human hot dog, baby.
Yo-yoed his way right up there.
The music hit, and he went, I gotta go, babe. And then ran.
Jeez.
So, as the match starts, Brian tries to get April to slap Six Pac, but she does not want to. And this confuses and angers Lawler. You can hear Six Pac say, "Come on, motherfucker!" Like real angry as he's getting beat down. Then Brian tries to get April to slap Six Pac again, and she still doesn't want to. This still angers and confuses Lawler. Outside of the ring, Six Pac has control, but Brian takes back over by putting Six Pac crotch first into the ring post. The crowd chants, "She's got herpes," as Brian grabs a fan's hat and throws it into the fan's face, much to the fan's delight.
Yeah, that guy loved it.
He was laughing real hard.
They also did a crack whore chant as well. She's a crack whore.
Oh, I didn't hear
my
that.
Six Pac is holding his hip for the entire match, especially when he runs the ropes. Brian misses what I'm guessing is now called the fuck you leg drop because he double flips everybody the bird. Six Pac hits a few spinning heel kicks followed by a power bomb, and then he hits the Bronco Buster, but that hurts his hip because Bronco means hip, so the move's called the Hip Buster. I don't know what he thought was going to happen. He hurts his hip, so Six Pac throws Brian's head into his own crotch, like to complete the move. But we all know that Six Pac isn't gay, so it's not weird, it's dominant.
I liked that. Which one was it? I think it was Tenay. He was like, talk about rubbing it in his face, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to really say that.
Well, then Six stands up and tells Brian to suck that, and then he exits the ring and he forces a kiss on April. You know, to prove that it wasn't gay.
By the way, don't forget, I like women. See?
Mwah, mwah, mwah. Look at how passionate this mwah kiss is.
Circles.
Yeah.
Look, I'll open my whole mouth while you.
Outside, Brian attacks Six with a super kick and wipes April's face off.
Oh my god.
Back in the ring, Brian positions himself for the 10 punch and tells April to get on the apron. When April does, he grabs her by the face, or excuse me, by the hair, calls her the C slur.
Yeah, I was shocked by that one.
Yeah, that almost knocked me out of my chair.
Yeah, me
I
too.
was like, what?
Then Six Pac low blows Brian and hits the X Factor for the 3, winner, and I think owner of April, Six Pac.
She didn't seem too happy about it.
Yeah, post-match, Six Pac leaves with April as Don questions if April has switched sides again.
Did you see how he left with April, though?
Tanae mentions that Six moves on to the tournament and will fight Jarrett next week. Six Pac grabs April's tits on stage.
Yes.
As-
Well, it was the whole walk up. You just couldn't see it. And then he turned around and he would not let go.
Yes.
Both hands.
But he holds her in place by her tits as Brian cries in the ring. Then Brian huffs and puffs until he has a very, very dramatic heart attack.
Yo.
Very dramatic.
He goes full
Looney
Sanford
Tune.
and Son.
Yeah.
100%.
Straight up, I'm coming, Elizabeth. Like,
It was so bad.
April breaks free of Six Pac's tit grip and runs back to the ring as she, the ref, and JB check on Brian, who seems to be pretty okay now.
Her love has revived him.
Yeah, other than complaining about like his heart or his chest or some part of it. The segment ends with Don West saying, "Obviously, she's made another choice tonight."
Obviously.
Yo!
Yeah. Who hired this guy?
She's made another choice.
Match length 5 minutes and 3 seconds. Post-match segment 2 minutes and 1 second. Full segment length 9 minutes and 29 seconds. You know, the only thing I want to say about this is that week after week we say that Brian Lawler is the worst wrestler we've ever seen, but then we also say he might be the most entertaining wrestler we've ever seen. So I think we can finally agree that Brian Lawler is a phenomenal sports entertainer.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, he's pretty okay at sports entertainment.
He's not doing anything crazy athletic, but
Nope.
it is athletic and it's hilarious and it's entertaining. And maybe I'm not telling other people about it, and maybe I'm not buying T-shirts over it, but
Oh,
yeah, I'm talking about it. It's great. Like,
I watch it. I don't enjoy it. I don't want to enjoy it. I don't want to ever think about it again. But here I am talking about it, and I'll
Yeah.
watch it next time too. So I guess I'm the rube.
yeah, it must be.
Yo, I don't know who the face or the heel is, who's rescuing April from who,
Yeah,
but someone needs to rescue April from this company because
Ye-
I feel horrible for her.
I know.
It turns out sometimes a love triangle is just three toxic, horrible people all bouncing off each other.
Yeah.
It's funny too because as they were going up the ramp, I was like trying to peek. I'm like, I wonder if Xbox just trying to like sneak a grab, and he turns around like, "Oh my god, you monster!" Jesus.
No, don't worry. He's not trying to sneak a grab. He's doing it blatantly in front of everybody.
Yeah,
And
No, guys, it's not sexual. It's for control.
he's got a
It's
lot of
not-
subtlety.
I'm just trying to control her body. It's not a sex thing. So segment 5. Mike Tenay is with the NWA Heavyweight Champion, Ron the Truth Killings. Tenay is the only person the Truth trusts. You have to get up real early to trick the Truth, and Mr. Wrestling 3 did that. So the Truth is giving Tenay a contract for Mr. Wrestling 3 for a world title match. Sign it, and let's get it going. Back at the commentary table. Oh, because that was like at a pre-taped backstage segment, like a sit-down interview. Back at the commentary table, Tenay and West restate what was just said in the promo. Jarrett's music hits, and he comes out to the ring to say he's starting to think the Truth is as dumb as everyone is saying he is. Tenay enters the ring with the contract, and Jeff continues that the speculation has been that he, Jeff Jarrett, is Mr. Wrestling 3. Well, here's the moment of truth. Jeff takes the contract, and he rips it up. Jarrett has been saying that he's been waiting for a world title shot for 20 weeks, and now that he's getting it, nobody's going to take it from him. Jeff Jarrett's going to be the champion. Truth interview, minute 26 seconds. Promo, Jarrett promo, 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Full segment length, 4 minutes and 49 seconds. Your thoughts on this?
Why, if nobody can prove who Mr. Wrestling 3 is, and you really want a world title shot, and everyone keeps screwing you over for a world title shot, why wouldn't you just be like, yeah, I'm Mr. Wrestling 3, sign the contract?
No. Jeff Jarrett is a man of honor.
Yep.
He is the man who saved the lives of everybody in that arena, and he would not take a world title shot under a false name.
He saved everyone's kneecaps from getting shot.
Yep. And that integrity is what's going to bring him to a world title.
And then what Today says after is my favorite.
Yeah, 'cause
that's
like-
what I love. That's really the best
At first,
part.
I was like, "What's gonna?" So, like, does Mr. Wrestling 3 hate Jeff Jarrett now? Like, you cost me my world title, Matt, or does he not even care about the world title? Does it matter? I don't. No, doesn't matter. My thoughts are null and void because post segment, Tenay says, "I got another copy of the contract."
He should have just ran back at it. God damn you, Today, give that contract.
Yeah.
Rip that one up.
Yeah, suddenly all this segment has taught me is that I want to see today just have to keep producing contracts and Jeff Jarrett keeps ripping them up so Mr. Wrestling 3 never gets his shot.
He ripped it up again. I can't believe it. Hey, Don West, what's behind your ear? It's another contract.
At catering, he won't get me this time. I printed it on my shirt. Come here.
All right, segment 6, Kid Cash versus the SATs, not as a team, versus Tony Mamaluke versus Ace Steel in a 5-man, 5-way X Division tables match where the winner gets an X title match next week.
Elimination tables match.
Yeah, they didn't say that, I guess. But it is. But they didn't say that. Okay. So the match starts when Tony Mamaluke runs to the ring and attacks the skinny SAT, because they really never say their names. And then Ace Steel runs to the ring after that because he didn't get an entrance for some reason.
Yeah.
So Ace Steel and the Big Maximo go to the outside. So, of course, everybody's got to follow.
Yeah.
In the ring, Kid Cash connects with a coast-to-coast springboard body avalanche. But Steel takes back over. Everyone fights at once. So Ace Steel goes for a table on the outside and then sets it up on the top rope. Just walks away. Does his own thing. Tony Mamaluke keeps going for these big submissions off the top rope, but it's a table match, so like good looking, bad looking, they're pointless moves.
I'm
like,
almost certain Tony Mamaluke, either last show or one of the previous, was also doing like pinning people in a ladder match, like just doing dumb stuff antithetical to the match itself.
He's not too swift.
he's not swift, he's not good, he's not like, why is he here? Steel puts Jose on a table and climbs onto the table that's on the top rope with Tony Mamaluke, but Joel pushes his brother off the table and then moves it, so Ace Steel sky highs Mamaluke to the mat instead of to the table.
It's
Was it, though?
nasty?
Was it a sky high, though?
Kind of was.
It's kind of like he pushed him and jumped with him.
Yeah, well.
Kind of just landed on his feet. It wasn't like a powerbomb style at all. It looked so bad.
So after a reversal and another reversal, Tony Mamaluke tornado DDTs Ace Steel off of Joel through a table. Ace Steel is eliminated.
Because it is elimination, by the way.
Yeah.
They didn't tell you
Nope.
at the start.
Plumtree argues with the ref, but you can hear his decision. His head went right through that table.
This match is over.
Yeah. No good to do. So Tony Mamaluke, again, tornado DDTs Jose on the entrance ramp and then grabs another table, but sets it up in like one of the worst ways possible.
Yeah.
A lot of people just don't understand that you have to push those supports on the legs down. Otherwise, they're just going to collapse those legs.
No, plus he also put the lip of the table on top of the other table, so they
What?
weren't next to like...
Yeah, because he didn't want it to fall again. Yeah.
So Kid Cash pushes Tony onto the table, and then Joel moonsaults Mamaluke through it. Now Tony Mamaluke is eliminated.
That was sick. I like that one.
Yeah.
He sold it nice. He just
Yeah.
folded up and
Yeah.
fell into it. It was nice.
Kid Cash kicks the shit out of both Maximos, ending with a Frankensteiner to the outside through a table that has the other Maximo on it. So both Maximos are gone in one Hurricane Rana. Winner of the future X title match, Kid Cash.
Now, does that count, though?
That was my
No.
question, too, because it's basically you're sentoning onto the guy on the table.
Yeah, and the guy goes through the table, but the other guy didn't put him through the table.
Yeah,
Correct.
it's a nothing. It should be
Yeah.
nothing.
Right?
Yeah.
It should be nothing. Yeah.
Okay.
So after the match, the Maximos writhe in pain until security helps them to the back. Match length, 12 minutes and 57 seconds. Full segment length, 15 minutes and 30 seconds. My only thoughts here are I think I'm officially over the X Division.
Yeah.
I think it's done. Like
Yeah.
I'm sick of seeing the same guys over and over again. You can't put another object in between them before they do what is still a really sloppy and unnecessary move. Like to make me go, wow, like it's like, okay, sure. Like even if they do the move well, like even if by some miracle they perform the move pristinely and it's amazing, 90% of the time you're like, okay, but that doesn't help you. Like it's a table match. You don't need the guy on the floor. Like you're in a tag match. Like hitting the guy to the outside doesn't help you with a tag. Like why are you like you're
Yeah, I like the spots, but the match didn't really do anything for me.
I don't even really care that much about the spots, honestly. And it really feels like week to week we're getting random 5-man
Yeah,
X Division match. And
yeah.
every week the SATs are in it. Like, how are they not the worst tag team? They're a tag team in singles matches and they can't win. What?
And they actually made it to like the last 3. It was a team versus one guy, and they didn't.
And yeah.
Did they get one double team move on them?
No.
The second it was down to 3 of them,
No.
Cash is like, "Oh, this is easy. It's
Yeah.
just down to one team and me." And
he
just
kicked the shit out of those 2 boys. Yeah. I can't understand. I don't get it. All right, segment 7. We get a video recap of the last 3 weeks. Jarrett cost Hennig the possibly undeserved title match against The Truth. 2 weeks ago, Hennig talked smack about Jarrett and cost him his title match or his regular match against Scott Hall. And then last week, Jarrett beats the blood out of Hennig. Hennig tries to have a match with Jarrett later that night, but Jarrett uses a chair before the bell and got the easy win to advance in the NWA title tournament. We get a promo where in the ring, Jarrett says no one has seen Curt Hennig in the building all day. You want to talk about the past? Let's talk about how I almost won your AWA title when I was 17 during that match you were talking about last week. How about how I won 7 WWF IC titles? Or how I won 4 WCW World titles?
remember DDP? He sucked.
Yeah, also I think he sucks, yeah. Last week I beat you, and I wouldn't show my face either if I were you. Ref, do the 10 count, ring the bell, let's do it. So Jeff Jarrett versus Curt Hennig in a return grudge match. As soon as the bell rings, Hennig comes out of the crowd and attacks Jeff Jarrett from behind. Hennig is still in street clothes and kicks Jarrett with his cowboy boots. Hennig uses his belt to drag Jarrett around the crowd into the stands and back down again.
Don't waste Athena.
When Hennig goes to use a chair, the ref tries to stop Hennig, so Hennig hits the ref with the chair.
All legal.
I guess so. In a return grudge match, you bet. It's all legal in a return grudge match. Finally, in the ring, Hennig hits 2 fisherman suplexes and then poses with 1 foot on Hennig's chest and then hits another. Another ref comes to the ring, but Hennig goes after him and the ref sprints out of the ring and disqualifies him. Winner of the return grudge match by DQ, Jeff Jarrett. Yeah. Video recap, 1 minute and 51 seconds. Promo length, 1 minute and 34 seconds. Match length, 4 minutes and 44 seconds. Full segment length, 9 minutes and 17 seconds. My only thoughts here are, in the end, Curt Hennig was left standing tall over referees and security. Like a hero. Thoughts on this?
I want to know what was the premise at the start of the match. Jeff Jarrett was saying start the match, but
Yeah.
then what would happen? The bell would ring,
And then you would count Hennig out because he's not in the ring.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
you just start a 10 count. And,
Yeah, count him out. He's not in the match. He has 10 to make it to the mat.
To
if
the
he-
building.
Yeah, if he doesn't.
presumably to the building and then into the ring.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what was this though? Why was he in street clothes? Why wasn't he ready for his return grudge match?
I don't know.
Was he late? I don't understand this.
I don't understand it either.
He was in streets. I don't get it. It wasn't explained at all why he was in streets if he was booked for a match.
Well, let me tell you about DDP. That mark. I
Yeah.
wish I could just see Jarrett have a match. I want to watch the man have a match
Oh, real.
where he is not He is not exiting the ring within the first 30 seconds, brawling for the next 6 minutes outside, and then coming in for the quick. I want to watch that man have a damn match.
I know.
As soon as I saw the card graphic, I was like, oh, this is going to be a Southern ending match, isn't it? And I'm like, as I was thinking about it, I was like, is this why all those WWE matches don't have any finishes anymore? Because Jeff Jarrett's over there as a fucking producer. And he's just like, this is how we're going to end the match. It's going to be great.
Wouldn't it be great if every match we just brawled around the ring for a while and never actually did wrestling moves?
Nope.
And half the people in the arena couldn't see what was happening?
Yeah.
That's perfect.
And then
Let's
the
do
match
that.
just kind of ended without a conclusion.
Yeah.
They'd come back for that to pay. Yeah, I think so. Buy the shirts.
People like seeing bumps, right? Not from the wrestlers, from the refs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, give them more of those. I ain't bumping for shit.
Do you have what's the word? A cousin? Okay, put him in a security shirt. He's gonna bump. All right, segment 8. We get Don West super pitch. We're gonna see Jeff Jarrett versus Six Pac in a semifinal match.
That's too much Sinister Minister. More Don West.
Sinister Minister. No. We're gonna see Kid Cash versus the winner of the next title, of the next match for a title. We're also gonna see Mr. Wrestling 3 versus The Truth if he signs the contract. We don't know. We're also gonna see Brian Lawler and April versus Priscilla and Jorge Estrada. I don't know why, but it's happening. I guess we have a mixed tag division now. Nobody told me it's a thing. We're also going to see a 4-way tag tournament match for the tag titles. That's what it says here. I'm not sure if that's right. Maybe it's a match for the tag titles.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
I think I may have wrote that down wrong. I think that was me. I think I did that wrong.
We were at Don Wesco. Whoa.
I'm right here, folks. The deals never stop with Don. And then also we're going to see a 3-man dance with the amazing Red Chewy Yang Wang and Tony Mamaluke. I guess just to see it. No stipulation. Just for the hell of it, folks.
Are you sure you don't want to add the SATs in there to make it a 5-man?
They're going to be in the 4-way tag tournament match.
No way.
Oh.
That would have been great if it was a 5-way dance and there's also a tag tournament happening on the same card, but the SATs are not in it. But they have thrown together teams because they didn't have enough teams.
Yeah, well, what are those for? I mean, obviously AMW.
Well,
the
no,
new church.
is it for the tag titles or is it for a shot? So is AMW
Shit.
in it or are they facing the winners?
I forgot to. I didn't.
I'm guessing. I'm guessing because this is TNA and it's stupid that it's just gonna be for the tag title for no reason at all. Because AMW got beaten and bloodied, they have to defend their tag titles against 3 other teams next week. That's my
Alright.
guess. And then I'm also I'm doing early predictions. I don't care.
Okay.
Where-
Loses it.
I'm calling it that AMW wins and then they just get beat up at the end. That's my prediction
All right.
for the end of next match.
It's a safe bet, I think.
Yeah, it's a safe bet because it's been 16 out of the past 20 shows.
Oh, I didn't write it down, but like full segment length is like 1 minute and 5 seconds, something like that. All right. It is time for our main event, which means it is time for the best hour.
Our favorite hour?
Our favorite hour. The Troy McClure hour. Oh, hello there, I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from such true crime docudramas as One Fish, Two Fish, It's Still Animal Abuse. Never Again, Unless. Or It's Not a Crime If It Rhymes. Oh, wait. Today, we're here to talk about repeat offenders. All right, here we go. Jerry Lynn began wrestling in 1988. In 92, he began wrestling in Japan, and he came back to be in a Stephen Baldwin film called Crossing the Bridge. He went back to Japan in 93, then he went to Mexico in 94, And there he was under the name of Sultan Gargola. In 95, he was under the name Golgotha Cross, which was a villain from Tiger Mask. Then also in 95, he joined WCW under the name Jerry Lynn, as well as the alter ego Mr. JL, both in the Cruiserweight division. Jerry Lynn suffered a broken arm in December of 1995. In May of 1996, Lynn, as Mr. JL, went to New Japan Pro Wrestling, representing WCW in their annual Best of the Super Juniors League. He placed 5th in Block A with 2 confirmed points. That's like what? A win by count out?
That's 1 win, yeah.
Yeah, it's
2
not a
points is
lot.
a win.
Yeah, it's not much. One of his last major matches for WCW took place at Clash of the Champions 34, where he suffered a 6-man tag loss while teaming with Conan and La Parka against Chris Jericho, Super Calo, and Chavo Guerrero Jr. While he was injured from, I think, that broken arm? I don't know what. It doesn't say here. Must be something else. While he was injured, Eric Bischoff fired him from WCW in July of 1997. In 1997, Lynn joined ECW, Extreme Championship Wrestling, and immediately began a respect feud with Just Incredible.
And it never stopped. It just kept bouncing to the next person.
Nobody respects me or my peanut butter. He did a feud with Just Incredible, who debuted that same evening. That feud lasted for 2 weeks. Lynn formed a tag team with Tommy Rogers and fought against Chris Candido and Lance Storm until November of 97. He then formed a team with Chris Chetti and fought against the full-blooded Italians, Little Guido and Tracy Smothers, until April of 98. Lynn had short feuds with Just Incredible, Lance Storm, and Mikey Whipwreck, until November of 1998. Which is where I will stop it and bring us to AJ Styles, who began wrestling in 1998 and was trained by Rick Michaels. Yeah, that Rick Michaels.
No relation.
No. Because he's the same guy. You can't really be related to yourself. He learned his craft in NCW National Championship Wrestling under the name Mr. Olympia, and in December of 1999, NCW merged with the NWA. In the year 2001, AJ worked for various independent promotions such as All Pro Wrestling, Excitement Wrestling Federation, World Wrestling All-Stars, and Game Changer Wrestling. So here we go, the main event, Segment 9, Jerry Lynn versus AJ Styles for the X Division Championship. We get a video recap as dramatic music plays and quotes appear on a black screen, putting over the AJ Lynn feud.
So ridiculous.
The worst hype promo package I've ever seen before a match. So bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
It just went on so long with just the words. I'm like, is this ever going to end or get to something?
Yeah. There's a music video of Jerry Lynn beating up AJ Styles as Lynn says AJ hasn't paid his dues, at least not the way Lynn has. You will respect me.
If you don't do exactly what I do and suffer in the exact way that I suffered, that is, why would you disrespect me like that?
Can't believe
Go
it.
live in your car and eat a sandwich.
Yeah, peanut butter on a pole match.
Like, is the pole covered in it, or?
First man to lick all the peanut butter off the pole.
Oh, I figured it was like,
Oh.
it was a
thing.
metaphor for what you do is you cover the pole in peanut butter, then you gotta climb that pole.
Yeah, that's what I figured it was.
Well, yeah, but if you lick it off and then you can climb the pole.
Oh.
It's
You're not supposed to lick the pole, damn it! Who taught you this crap, kids, these days? That peanut butter's for the pole, not for your mouth. All right, so they give us the tail of the tape, during which Tenay mentions something that I totally forgot, and they have not been pushing, and they really should have, which is that Jerry Lynn never lost his X title. It was taken from him after the injury caused when Sonny Siaki attacked him on October 9th, a month ago.
Oh.
wait,
was-
what?
Remember when
ladder
Sonny
match?
Siaki pushed him through the guardrail and he
Yeah.
broke it? He was the champion, and he got stripped of the title because he was injured.
Oh, and they
And
just
they
had the
were
random
like-
ladder match.
They were like, yeah, you're going to have a title match in the future, and it just never happened.
You fools.
Yeah, they could have been pushing that the whole time.
And wasn't that like literally a 1 week injury?
Yeah, it was so dumb.
He
I
was back 100% having a match with Siaki next week, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, so the match starts the match starts with arm chaining as Don West mentions that Jerry Lynn lost his shot at the NWA title, so all he has left is the X title.
What?
I don't know. I guess he's barred from it somehow?
How did he lose his shot?
Because he had one and he lost it. Oh, because he's not in the tournament anymore. That's what it is. Was he in the tournament?
Yeah, what?
Yeah,
What?
he was way at the beginning. Didn't he fight like Sonny Siaki again or something?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Earlier tonight, last week, I forget. It's all the same. Why would you remember any of it ever? So Tanay tells us that next week we're going to see Kid Cash versus the winner of this match. We're going to see the return of Jimmy Yang, and then we're also going to see the debut of a former WCW wrestler, Easy Money, who didn't go by the name of Easy Money in WCW, so not sure why he said it that way. In WCW, he went by the name of Jason Jett or Steve Skyfire.
Ooh, I like that name. I'm gonna steal that.
He was Easy Money in ECW.
I don't remember him at all.
Nope.
No, it's at the end. It was all the way at the like when the Dups were in ECW. It was all during that like the year 2001.
The Dups were in ECW.
Yeah, I've mentioned.
I don't
that
think I
before.
got that far in ECW.
It was literally in the last year. They just started taking anyone for like one night, and you see all these guys, all the guys who were like start ROH. They all showing up in ECW for like a
Okay.
night. Yeah,
I didn't really watch any of the TNN stuff.
So not much happening at the beginning of this match. A lot of sequence reversals. Both men are like one step ahead of each other. They're doing like a storytelling here thing where it's like we know each other so well. Lynn does a tilt-a-whirl airplane spin backbreaker.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Don West asks for a replay, but instead we get this weird graphic overlay for 3 seconds. And then Tenay clarifies, nope, we're not getting a replay.
Can we get a replay of that? No, we cannot.
Nope, we cannot.
He was like, "Yep, no replay. Back to the action." I was like, "What do you mean back to the action? We never left.
Yep.
You never got anything."
And then
We just get that weird, we superimposed the
Yeah.
TNA words for a third of a
It
second.
was like the Matrix or something in red.
30 seconds later, we get the replay. A reversal sends AJ to the apron, and a triangle dropkick sends him to the outside. Plumtree yells at AJ and slaps the floor padding to get back up. And I'm sort of taken out of the moment because I'm like, what are the rules here? Like, why? Like, can Plumtree just pick AJ up and throw him back in the ring? Like,
Yeah, I've never.
would he get kicked out of the ring side?
Managers can.
No, why not? Why not? Why slap him back? Like, get up! Pick him up and throw him in. If it's really that big, just go.
Yeah, but you can't be picking up a wrestler like that. You can just turn on him. There's no who's picking him up.
I guess. Whatever. Fine, it was a dumb idea. I hate it. On the outside, Lynn throws AJ to the guardrail, but AJ leapfrogs over it. Amazing.
Beautiful.
In the ring, a comedic wind-up punch almost sends AJ to the
I
outside,
hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Yep.
but AJ tosses Lynn to the outside and distracts the ref as Mortimer gets some cheap shots in on Lynn. Lynn reverses a powerbomb into a Hurricane Rana. It looks so good. AJ maybe goes for the Styles Clash, but then reverses it into that modified Boston Crab thing he does.
I liked it only because they kept doing reversal, so it was kind of like they're trying to throw each other off. So it was like he's
Right.
going for the stuff. Nope, he went to something else. So I kind of like that
guess.
spot.
It's like a low angle Boston Crab.
I
It's
just
like
don't
the-
like the move.
It's like
Yeah.
the Billy Goat's Curse or something. I think Colt Cabana does it.
Oh, okay. So Lynn reverses a Hurricane Rana into a face buster, and Plumtree hops on the apron to distract the ref from the pin. AJ hits an inverted DDT, or excuse me, he hits his inverted DDT, but it's only a 2. Sit out powerbomb by Lynn is the double down. On the stand-up, Lynn fires up and calls AJ a snot-nosed punk. AJ goes for a tornado DDT, but Lynn reverses with a Northern Lights into the corner, and it's only a 2.
That was nice.
Yeah, that was a good spot.
Mortimer on the apron. Lynn grabs him by the collar and ducks a punch by AJ, who almost hits Mortimer, but Lynn grabs them both, by the head and gives him the old double noggin knocker. Lynn hits the cradle pile driver on AJ, but it's only a 2.
That was another good sequence. That one got me.
Sonny Siaki comes to the ring. Lynn hits a TKO, which is like a stunner type move. And Siaki pulls the ref out on the 2 count. Oh, man. The ref makes Siaki leave as Lynn watches in anger. Mortimer puts a steel chair in the corner. AJ throws Lynn into it and gets the pin, but the ref is still outside dealing with Siaki, so it's only a 2 count. Styles picks AJ up and hits the Styles Clash, but AJ doesn't use his hands to hold down Lynn, just his legs, so it's still only a 2.
Got me again.
AJ goes up to the top and hits, he goes for the top, but then Lynn hits a superplex, and it's only a 2. How do these men do this? Unbelievable! AJ hits a crucifix bomb, DDT bomb. I did that backwards. I don't know what it is. The crucifix DDT bomb. He did it like last week. It's only a 2. All right, AJ goes for the Styles Clash, but Lynn reverses it into a tombstone pile driver. But AJ reverses it into his own tombstone pile driver, but Lynn reverses it into his own cradle tombstone pile driver, and that gets the 3. Your winner and new X Division champion, Jerry Lynn.
Nice.
Fade to black.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, immediately.
Yeah,
Didn't
yeah.
even get to raise the title up.
Video recap, minute and 45 seconds. Match length, 21 minutes and 5 seconds.
Ooh.
Full main event segment, 24 minutes and 42 seconds. Yo, I don't know about you guys, but my thoughts are, please stop.
Yeah.
Please stop. I love Jerry Lynn. I love the spots they do. It's really impressive, but like the stories are just so bad.
Yep.
And it's all just so boring. And it's like one piece of the story develops every 3 weeks.
And then we have to undo it the next week.
And it's, and you can't even follow the story because they immediately undo itself. And it's just like, I don't know, man. Am I misremembering the past? Was Sonny Siaki harassing Jerry Lynn for weeks? And then when Jerry Lynn finally had enough of it, commentary was like, Lynn is really just like, his temper is out of control. He really needs to learn how to control himself. And like, he's got no like sense of like, he's really immature here, just beating up a man. Like what? For what reason? For no reason at all. He was just harassing him at his job for weeks on end while the company did nothing about it.
I feel like this is episode 20 they're doing this feud, because they even did the feud on the recap. If you remember at the end, they actually had their own promo.
Yeah, that was like the AJ Styles one too. Yeah.
So, all those shows, AJ was a heel. I feel like Jerry Lynn has been a face heel,
And now-
face heel, back and forth.
Yeah, you just still like, I don't know who's the what or what's the who. I can't figure
AJ's
it
been
out.
consistent. Jerry, I can't follow.
Yeah, and because AJ's been consistently the same personality, you're like, look, maybe that's just who he is. Maybe he's not a jerk. Maybe the guy who keeps flip-flopping and pancaking his opinion, maybe he's the jerk.
And he has problems with other people now. Maybe we should get rid of the guy who's having problems
Yeah.
with everyone else.
For real.
We need a break from seeing AJ and Jerry Lynn. Like, the guys have great chemistry, but like, please separate them for a while, so it's not just them back
Yeah.
and forth with the X Division title.
I will say this. When I saw the graphic, I groaned and went, not them again. When I watched the match, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I thought it was a
no.
great match. It's just, but what? We don't need it anymore.
Well, that's what. Let's take a breather.
Yeah.
It's great.
Give us some time.
Mhm. I'm not that fan. I'm not following the bus from town to town, watching the same match over and
Yeah.
over again. That's not me.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it. I'm sorry. I want to see something new, something a little bit different, something exciting.
It's like the WWF light heavyweight division when they first did it. You had like all these guys you brought in from Mexico, and then after like the third week, it's the same 2-3 guys fighting.
Yeah. All right, so bell to 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 bell. Hour and 7 minutes and 35 seconds of wrestling on this hour and 54 minute and 59 second show.
Yeah, it
Another
seemed
week,
like
more
that.
than half.
Yeah, but it's less than what it usually is.
Yeah.
Like we've been getting up in the 10s and up in the 20s sometimes, and now it's down to 7.
Mm.
So it's like, oh, I hope that was like just an anomaly, and next week it's gonna go back up to more wrestling. Although I don't know, even at the same time, like it's just a 20-minute match. 20 minutes of that was one match too.
And a match that we've seen like 6 times already.
Yeah. I mean, I think we already kind of summarized it there, but what are your thoughts on this show? Like, you got anything you want to say extra about the whole show, or it's just
Yeah, I really just wish, I felt like there was a solid direction we were going.
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird. We have the world title tournament, but we've got the Mr. Wrestling 3 thing going on. And
yeah.
it's...
And now next week we're gonna have, it says a tournament, but it's gonna be a tournament match. Like the tag division is not getting the respect it deserves.
Yeah, well, AMW's beaten everybody clean, and then been subsequently beaten by them after the match.
Right.
You know, bring in a new tag team.
Yeah, they need that desperately. You know, and like the show was, I mean, the show was kind of like average-ish for TNA, but like by the time they got to the X Division stuff, you know, the stuff that you actually like, they had already given us so much of that like Carney, Russo,
Yeah,
Jarrett nonsense where you're just like, all right, like you could sprinkle this in here and there, but when it's when you front load the show of it, god damn, dude, like you said, the X Division stuff wasn't terrible. It was kind of enjoying. It was fun. But the show jumped the shark for me when the crowd cheered as the clown had a heart attack.
Yes.
Because the rapist stole the clown's abuser. Like, that's what we watched.
When he was on the ground, they were literally chanting, die, 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 die. And I was like, oh, boy.
Yeah. The whole show jumped the shark.
Yeah, someone needs to burn down the Farmers Coliseum, I guess.
Oof. All right, so why would you make this? Ready to talk about it? According to Jerry Jarrett's book, The Story and Development of the TNA, or the NWA TNA, a new concept in pay-per-view programming, major spoiler alerts for the next couple of weeks of programming here.
Oh, shit.
Storyline-wise programming, spoilers.
Earmuffs.
Jerry Jarrett believes that Russo is beyond help. He's a terrible writer. He doesn't appreciate wrestling. He's rude, crude, and lewd. And more importantly, he has passion. And he's very convincing in his arguments. Which is why Jerry thinks that Vince Russo should take over the NWA and replace it with Sports Entertainment Extreme. The takeover would include replacing the NWA title with the SEX title. This would result in several weeks of NWA versus SEX programming. Hopefully, Russo will be satisfied with his on-air role enough to not go after a writing job any more than he already has.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, for real?
For real. That's Jerry Jarrett's genius idea was, you know what? Maybe if we put him on TV, he won't be so animated and focused about getting his way in the writer's room because he'll be focused about getting his way in the segment the one segment he's gonna appear in. Maybe he'll be too focused on that to care.
Wow, that's
like some deep fucking
that's some 4D chess strategy. Why
are you keeping him around then?
Because everybody else wants him.
Yeah,
Jeff Jarrett wants him because he likes him, and then Dixie's being like lied to and manipulated and stuff or whatever.
And I'm sure people it's still like, no, Russo's the guy who made WCW the competitor.
Attitude Era,
They always forget, then Russo kept going and turned WCW into WCW.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was the finance side more than yeah. Yo, but it's not all good news, because apparently, according to Goldilocks, the married Panda Energy executive that is managing the deal between TNA and Panda Energy asked her out on a date.
Ooh.
This is a major liability, not just legally and ethically, but TNA had to abruptly fire their lawyer in order to confirm the Panda Energy deal, like as a stipulation, whom Goldilocks is very close friends with. So Goldie not only has a reason to sue the company, but a personally motivated lawyer to help her.
Yeah.
Wow.
On top of that, if for whatever reason this isn't true and it was just a misunderstanding, like best case scenario was a misunderstanding, the executive still might decide to just fire Goldie, or worst case scenario, tell Panda Energy to walk from the whole investment and out completely out of just personal defense or offense rather. Yeah. So even if it did happen and he's like, listen, I heard you did this thing. You're like, oh, okay. Panda, bounce.
Yeah, we're done.
Bounce.
That's it.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, wow. Like,
I knew Goldie wasn't good news from the
What
start.
do you mean? A married
If
dude?
she wasn't here wearing those outfits, no.
Talking into a microphone.
Yep.
Like, oh my gosh, she's standing there existing.
How's a married man supposed to do anything around here?
Gotta jack off right now
Yeah.
just talking about it. Oh my God. Think of the Lord. Think of the Lord. Think of the Lord. Lizard Lord. Lizard Lord.
Yeah.
Lizard Lord?
Lizard Lord.
If you nut when you think of the Lizard Lord, you get powers for
Yeah,
24
yeah, yeah.
hours.
Whoa.
24-hour power. That's what it comes from. Think that's just an energy drink? No, it's Lizard Lord juice. All right, so guess the card if you can. I mean, you really can't. They gave you the whole card. There's no room.
What's Easy Money gonna do?
Well, I think hopefully he's going to be in the tag tournament as a tag team wrestler with his partner.
Who's his partner gonna be?
Cheeks.
I don't know. He had a partner in ECW when he would wrestle there. I think it was like Julio De Niro or something like that. But
they didn't promote that he's gonna.
No.
Oh, poor guy.
Easy Money's gonna be here with some schlub he brought.
Well, to be fair, I don't genuinely. I don't think TNA promoted him. I think Mike Tenay promoted him. I think Tenay went into business for somebody else,
Easy Money slipped me some easy money to mention he's gonna be on the show next week.
and it was easy money. So yeah, we already said it, but the card is going to be Jarrett and Six Pac in a semifinals match. Kid Cash versus Jerry Lynn for the X title. Mr. Wrestling 3 versus The Truth for the world title if Mr. Wrestling 3 signs the contract. Brian and April versus Estrada and Priscilla. A 4-way tag tournament match for the tag titles. Again, for the tag titles. They must be in that match.
Yeah.
And then a 3-way dance between Amazing Red, Jimmy Yang, and Tony Mamaluke. Easy Money and his tag partner must be in that 4-way match. So, and if it's for the tag titles, that's half the match right there. I don't know who the other half is. Maybe Ron Harrison, another random tag partner. I don't know. So, Delta, what did you say you wanted to see? Totally forgot.
Did I want to see anything?
Well, you said something that we were gonna see. I forget what it was.
Oh
already, though.
yeah, we're gonna see the tag match. It's gonna be AMW, New Church, and whoever else. 2 other tag teams. AMW wins clean.
Oh right.
Gets their ass beat at the end.
That we're gonna see the AMW get beaten down after their win.
Yep.
And all right, Brother Scala, what do you think we're gonna see, or what do you want to see? Or
I want to see who Mr. Wrestling 3 is, and I want him to be a nobody. Because if this were real,
I don't even know.
a KKK member would just come in and he'd just be some guy under a white hood.
Yeah,
So-
but I also don't know if he would reveal himself.
You would just forever be a KKK member.
Yeah, because like if he did, it would be like, oh look, it's the KKK member, the chief of police. Now we got to fire him from that job. Like,
Wouldn't the best gimmick be like Mr. Wrestling 3 doesn't unmask and it's just a series of men with similar builds being Mr. Wrestling 3? So like, sure you can beat Mr. Wrestling 3's ass, but he's just gotta I gotta go to the locker room real quick and freshen up, and he comes back out fresh as a daisy.
what's the payoff though?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, let's
just
do
like
it.
TNA, I ain't thinking about payoffs.
Yeah, let's do
I ain't
it
thinking
then.
about where this storyline goes.
Sounds great. Sounds great.
Let's just find a reason to give 8 guys a job, not wrestling.
The only thing I want to see, I already know that I'm getting, which is I wanted to see either a new X or tag team wrestler, which easy money. So
Yeah.
I already know I'm getting
Yeah.
that. So yeah,
I also want to see Norman Smiley.
right, of course.
Yeah, wow.
Perpetual Norman Smiley, yes, right. All right, maybe Norman Smiley will tag with somebody.
Yay!
Norman Smiley and easy money.
There you go.
It's gonna be weird,
It's
but
gonna be weird, but it'll be money.
The easy money, the easy wiggle, the wiggle money,
Big
the
money.
big money.
And the easy wiggle. I don't know. Whatever. All right. So if you enjoyed the show, consider giving us a like or 5-star review or sharing us with your friends. That's so much more important than anything, in my opinion. I don't know what the internet tells us we need to do to be famous, but I'm telling you, just share us with people. That's got to be a thing. Also, subscribe to us on the YouTube and, like wherever you get podcasts. I don't know if I did that. Maybe I didn't do that. I found out something called like Samsung like Apple Podcast. Apparently, there's a Samsung podcast that I could have been
What?
uploading to this
Oh.
whole time. Like you could have been downloading from if you have a Samsung phone. I had no
Oh.
clue. Yeah, I had no clue. Apparently, you can do that now too. I got to do that. Look for us there eventually or now, even though we're not there. Just keep searching. Me, Nita, Money, look for our Patreon as a way to say thanks. It's patreon.com/WWYMT, although I'm pretty sure I just got an email from them that said that due to inactivity, they're gonna like defunct our account because I haven't signed up into that thing in like months. Yeah, I don't know how this works. I don't know how you give us money. Not that the show deserves money. Like,
you can place $1 in an envelope and mail it.
ooh. Just put it like behind a bookshelf and forget about it. Yeah, that'll be great for me one day. All right, so the intro music is an edited version of Falling If You're Loved by Kill Paris. And for Brother Skylar and Jay Delta, I am Jimmy Time. And please remember that without the mistake of others, we'd be forced to endure the pain of failure ourselves. Support the arts. What a lackluster ending. The preceding recording is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed in this podcast do not necessarily represent the views of Why Would You Make This, its owners, employees, or associates.